Marvel Legends Ursa Major Wave. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another A&R review. Today we are looking at the Marvel Legends Ursa Major Wave, aka Build-A-Bear Wave. And we got all the figures here. I'm excited to get these guys open and review them and have a look at all these cool different characters that we've gotten now, especially someone like Ultron. I've been looking forward to the retro Ultron look. So let's see if these figures hold up and how the articulation is. So before I begin today's review, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And stay to the end of the video. For all of our subscribers, we got a little treat for you guys, all right? So looking at the front of the boxes here, the four in front here, we got the Volts, Guardsman, Dark Star, Ironheart, and Ultron. Typical Marvel Legends boxing. You've got the figure with the BAF and all the accessories that each of these figures come with. And then the other three figures, you have the Hologram Iron Man, Modular Iron Man, and the Stealth Iron Man here. Typical Marvel Legends packaging. So side of the box here, you've got the comic book artwork here for all of the boxes. They all look spectacular, actually. Job well done. I like it. Especially the Ultron one here, where you get that little retro comic feel to it. And here we have the actual back of the box for the Volt, Guardsman, Dark Star, Ironheart, and Ultron. And each one of them have a nice write-up, just like your typical Marvel Legends boxing would. And then on the bottom of the boxing, you have all the wave characters with each character numbered, except for the Modular Iron Man, showing which one has the BAF part for Ursa Major. And finally, we have the other three guys here. We have the Hologram Iron Man, the Modular Iron Man, and the Stealth Iron Man. Each one of them have a little bit of a write-up. And then obviously at the bottom, you have the list of characters and the BAF figure numbered. So for the top of the box, Iron Man's and the Volt Guardsman have their own different logo here. We get the Iron Man logo for all four of those ones. Ironheart, you've got her own logo, which I think is pretty cool. Then you have Ultron. You know Ultron's not going to do an Iron Man logo. He's got his own Ultron logo here. And then Dark Star doesn't even have a logo, so yeah, there's that. So the bottom of the box for all of them, the typical stuff, your barcode and your some legalese stuff. Nothing special. All right, we got DeWalter here with me. We're going to open up these guys. So let's get cracking. I actually love when figures are given multiple hands. It's really, really cool to get options like that. And I really, really love this effect. It's called the Jack Kirby effect. I love when they've given us different effects, not the circular ones or, you know, the flames that they always give us. This is unique, and I absolutely love this effect. And here is Ultron. He is looking great. I love the paint job. Love the actual face here, the angry look. So cool. This is not the Ultron from the MCU people are used to. This is the simplistic look, which a lot of collectors appreciate because it harks back to the comic days, the look that people are used to all these years from reading, you know, comic stories with Ultron in it. So it's that classic look that people really, really like, especially the comic readers. Paint-wise, I mean, he's got a nice silver paint. The only issue I had with this, while I was moving him around, paint started chipping off in certain parts of the articulated areas. So that's a little cause for concern. My fear is I don't want any major paint chips off the places where you can visibly see him really well, the face or the chest or the legs or the arms here, or even the shoulders here. I just hope the paint, you know, holds up. I would have loved to see them have a little bit of clearance in some areas so the paint doesn't rip off, like fall off easily. But even as I'm moving him right now, I can see bits of paint coming off. So we'll quickly do the articulation on this guy. Head is on a ball joint, so you do get a lot of movement on the head. You can get it up and down. Shoulders have decent range. Get as high as up like that. Rotation. No butterfly joint in the middle here, so that's unfortunate. Shoulder pads move with the arm, so it's not too bad. I'm a little worried about it rubbing here, so I think if you just push it out like that, you shouldn't have too much an issue with rubbing. Bicep swivel. It's nice here to get that bicep swivel. Your double jointed elbows. And then your Wrist here swivels around. And then for the torso area, you have the upper chest area, full swivel, and then waist, full swivel. The leg area, I like this part, how they cut the bicep swivel here right above this design here of Ultron, so it really hides it, doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. So you got that thigh swivel here, and then you got double knee right there. And then for the ankle, you got ankle pivoting, and you got ankle rocker right there. We also have a boot cut here, so that's pretty cool. I like that. So overall, your basic, you've got all the articulation you need except for the butterfly joint. I think it's, it does hit the spot. Nostalgic wise, it looks great. It's that old school classic look. Face is amazing. I love the look of this face. It's a great figure. It's a really, really cool figure to have, and something that if you want an army build, it'd be really, really nice in a collection. All right, up next, we've got Ironheart. Let's open her up. So you got additional hands here with her. Always nice to have additional hands. And then you got a couple of effects here. I think they're pretty cool. This is your typical, Marvel Legend effects that you get all the time. These, I haven't seen them before. If you guys seen this effects before anywhere, let me know in the comment section. But I think they're pretty new to this figure. I could be wrong. And then you have the head sculpt of her. I think this looks absolutely great. This is a really nice sculpt of her. And here is Riri Williams, self-proclaimed protege of Iron Man. So basically she came into the storylines when Tony was in a coma in the comics, and she basically found armor based on tech from her school and then some tech from Tony and built her own Iron Man suit, Ironheart suit. This figure is based on the Ironheart Mark II armor. It's not the first armor, which was a bulky prototype, just like Tony had his first armor really big and bulky. This is Mark II. Surprisingly, they didn't go with the newest armor in the comics. They went with sort of the older one, which kind of baffles me because we do have, Mark III armor. The red on this is not my favorite. It wouldn't be my first choice. I wish it was a little bit more shinier than this, a little bit more metallic. It would have really popped. Red and gold need to be bright and popping. It's too subtle for me. And some areas, the red looks like lighter shade than the rest, which is a little bit of a bummer here. It's like, for example, the knee area, the red is darker than the thigh here. So it doesn't look like it's all synced. And maybe, one's painted, one's actually molded plastic. But I'm not a fan with this red. The gold is not bad, it holds up. The face looks good, it's nice. The grays that are involved in here, the sides here, they are right. This is Mark II, obviously. Mark III, I think, in my opinion, looks the better of the armors. And hopefully down the line, they're going to give us another one. So, I'm pretty sure they're going to give another Ironheart figure. And the way the MCU is going, with Tony not around anymore, I think you're going to see this character emerge in the MCU, which will make this figure and the Ironheart 3 figure more in demand. The thigh area here is actually different. In the comics, in the pictures, you have the lightning effect going down from the thigh all the way to the in parts here, the knee area. In this here, you see it kind of cut off in where the leg plugs into the hip. So it's not exactly accurate. In terms of the head articulation here, you have dumbbell articulation. You can get a flight pose. The head should have been able to go back a little bit more, I think. A little bit higher would have been nice. Go like that, down, swivel. And then for the shoulder area here, no butterfly joint, which is a bummer. But underneath the armor, you've got a bicep swivel. So that is nice. And then double elbow. And pinless. Look at that. Nice. Very, very nice. The armor, it's really, really well. No holes here. Just looks really good. I like that. And then the wrist hinge with the fist and swivel. And then for the torso area here, upper torso swivel. No bicep. What am I saying? No waist swivel. And then thigh cut right there. And you got double knee. And then for the ankle area here, you have hinge and then rocker. So that's good. So yeah, not bad. We don't see too many butterfly cuts, but I would have loved to see that, the butterfly joint here. It would have just made it a little bit more dynamic in terms of getting the arms around and stuff. But bicep swivel and pinless here, that's a nice touch. It's new, it's cool. I don't mind it. I think it's gonna do just fine in terms of getting into some cool flight poses. Where this character shines is actually the additional head sculpt that we get. It is beautiful, and it sits in there perfectly well. It's got nice range there. I like it. Looks good. Now this is a great looking figure when you put this head on. It really is cool to see a character like this. You know, this character was able to build her own armor. The story is, it's a really nice story, and I think she's posed to be a breakout in the MCU, hopefully one day. It's really cool. I mean, yeah, I actually like this figure with this head sculpt on. So I think I'm gonna have her displayed in my collection like this. All right, up next, Dark Star. Let's open her up. Well, she pretty much comes with most of Ursa Major's bath parts here. And she pretty much just only comes with hands. I mean, I like them, but can they add a little bit of effects or something? I mean, that's it? Oh, that's kind of sad. And here's Dark Star. She is a mutant that psionically can access extra dimensional energy. She is part of the Winter Guard, and some of the notable characters from the Winter Guard are Crimson Dynamo, Red Guardian, and our Build-A-Figure Ursa Major, aka Build-A-Bear. As you can see, she is prototypical Marvel Legends female figure. Nothing really special here. The paint with the black and silver, as I'm looking at it here, I don't see too much. Well, in the back here, you see a little bit annoying paint bleeding here in the back, but overall, I mean, the yellow and the black, it's not too bad for me, this figure here. I don't see too much bleeding over. Face-wise, you know, she does have beautiful yellow eyes with the black pupil in there. That looks really cool. The little hint of yellow there. I like it a lot. The hair is nice. It does restrict it, obviously, from, you know, going back. You can't even move the head back at all. So, but you can get the head left and right here. You can have it go down. The arm here, no butterfly joint, obviously. You get the range of this. You can move it around. The hair does get in the way, but you can just move it like that and get the hand all the way around. You got your single elbow, and then you got your waist swiveling here. Both wrists the same. And in terms of the torso, you have upper torso swivel here. No waist swivel. Thigh cut. Double knees. Ankle rocker. Up and down. But yeah, your typical, I mean, nothing crazy here. I just wanted to do a quick articulation on her. Like I said, what stands out is the actual nice paint job they did on it. Doesn't have too much bleeding except for the back of the feet of mine here. But the eyes look great. The hair looks nice. It's a decent figure. It's a typical Marvel Legends female figure. But yeah, it does the character justice. I think it's not bad. It's nothing crazy, but it holds up. All right, next up is the Volt Guardsman. I hate saying this name. All right, here we go. We'll open this guy up. Whatever he's called. Volt Guardsman. He does come with a pair of fists here and his goofy gun. Where he shines is the paint. I actually love this green paint, both the dark and the light green. And we'll take a closer look at his articulation and all the paint scheme around him. So here is the Guardsman, or the Volt Guardsman. Guardsmen were a group of elite pilots from the US military that wore the Guardsman armor designed by Tony Stark. And then it was sold by Justin Hammer from the US military for their guards work at the maximum security prison, the Vault. So that's why you get the Vault Guardsman name. Really not much to say about this character. I mean, aside from this beautiful green. I mean, I love the light green and the dark green here. The light, when it hits it, it just has a nice shimmer to it. It's pretty nice. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a regular army building type of character. Not a mainstream, you know, hero or villain. But it just got that nice, cool look to it. I don't mind it. In fact, I'm going to be army building this. It just looks cool. In terms of articulation, you've got the head that can move up and down, left and right. Not that crazy of articulation. The helmet is pretty pointy and large, so you can't get the head down too much. In terms of the arm and shoulder area here, no butterfly joint, but you do have a nice big bicep swivel. you have double elbows, and then you have at the wrist, swivel and hinge here. And in terms of the body here, you just have is the ab crunch. You have waist swivel, so that's nice. Thigh swivel, and your double knees. And then for the boot, you actually have boot swivel here. And then ankle up and down with rocking. So not bad for our army building guards here that are not mainstream characters and a lot of people will probably not really care about. But I gotta say that the paint on here is nice. They didn't have to, make it really nice, but I love the green. I love the how it shimmers on the light here. It changes it, and it's got a little bit of like a marbling going on inside. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Not bad. Next up, we have the Stealth Iron Man. Let's open him up. And we've got the blaster hands. I love these hands on all Iron Man figures. Taking this figure out of the package, it is dirty. I don't know why. It's got dust on it. It's got this residue on it. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's the packaging. Something melted inside. The feet area is dirty. The helmet. I mean, it's a nice looking figure besides all of that. I mean, the paint looks good, but I don't know why it's got all this gunk on it. And it's a sealed figure, so I'll clean this guy up and have a look at this guy's articulation. And here is the Stealth Armor Iron Man. It is basically the same figure that we got with the Tony Stark AI and some of the other Iron Mans. It's the same body, I mean, just different paint. Cool paint though. I do love this blue, and it's got a nice metallic finish to it. It's nice. It's a nice paint, but it's essentially the same figure. I would have loved to see a minor little changes here and there, and no, the paint is not minor change. I would have loved to see some additional pieces on here to make it look a little bit different. Mine, for whatever reason, had some issues. It was like sticky and dirty. I had to clean it up. The package was brand new and sealed, so it could have just been the plastic kind of wearing off. But as you can see, I do have some like dirt here that I have to clean off, which is kind of weird that I have to do this for a brand new figure that was sealed. In terms of the articulation, well, it's pretty much the same as everything else, all the other Iron Mans. So you get the head down like that, get it up like this for terms of flight posing. And then for the shoulder area, no butterfly joint, but you do get some decent range here. You got bicep swivel. You got double elbow, wrist swivel with a hinge. Upper body, you got ab crunch. You have waist swivel. And then you got thigh cut. And then your double knee. And then you have your ankle up and down, rocking left and right. So yeah, if you've got one of the Iron Man figures, this is pretty much the exact same articulation here. Nothing really new. The only thing cool about this is the blue paint on here. It's nice, but other than that, exact same figure. It's just another Iron Man you can add to your collection if you're an Iron Man builder. To me, I don't mind it, but I would have preferred a little small little touches to just break it up from the other Iron Mans that we've seen and have. And here we have the hologram Iron Man. Let's open him up. There you go. You got the baff head. You got closed fist hands. You got the blaster effects that is known typically with Iron Man figures. Here is the Holo Iron Man, hologram Iron Man. It is when AI Iron Man and Iceman have a baby. This is what you get right here. Nah, I don't even know why this figure is made. I mean, I guess for variety's sakes, was it really necessary? It sort of sounds like a gimmick here for Marvel to fill up their wave. But, they did a decent job. I mean, it's got that Iceman plastic from the Juggernaut wave, I guess. The lines look nice. I mean, they took the time to do that. They could have been lazy and just not do too much here. I feel like they haven't done much here to kind of make it look translucent, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I got mixed feelings with this figure. I don't think it was needed. It looks like the MCU Mark 46 figure. We'll do some quick articulation here. You've seen this figure. You've played with this variation of an Iron Man. Head can go up like that. So you can get that flight pose. Put the head down like this. And then in terms of the shoulder area, very, very stiff, and the armor really restricts it from getting any higher than that. So that's a bummer. No butterfly joint, bicep swivel, and then double elbow, wrist. You can get the hinge back and forth. Turns off the upper body here, so you can get the upper body to swivel. No waist swiveling. Thigh cut right here at the top. It's really hidden because of the clear plastic here. Double knee, and then up and down for the ankle, and barely able to rock anything here. It's an Iron Man figure, another one that probably wasn't even needed, but yeah, if you're an Iron Man collector, especially the MCU look here, then you're probably happy and excited, and good for you. Everyone deserves to add to their collection. So for Iron Man fans of the movie and love this Iron Man look, here's another one you can add to your shelf. All right, last but not least, Modular Iron Man. Been hearing a lot of rumblings of lately about this figure. People are saying it's a really good figure. You got your blaster effects. I'm tired of opening the boxes up with blaster effects. Ugh. Closed fist hands. Here is Modular Iron Man, arguably one of the most popular Iron Man armors. It has been in cartoons, video games, comics, of course, but a really, really popular Iron Man. Love the paint colors on here. It really pops. It's got the red, it's got that gold that just matches and blends really well. And looking around this figure here, there's not any bleeding of the colors, and the red is actually consistent throughout the hands and legs and thigh areas. The chest has a little bit of marbling in it inside, but overall it blends in really well. Even the knees here, the gold here on the side works really well. The knee pads here, they're not as metallic as that gold, but it's not that obvious. Only when you actually isolate it and look at it very carefully, you can see that it's a little bit of a different shade of gold than the ones on the abs and the arms, but you can't really notice that much. The red is on point though. The helmet here is really, really nice. It's a good paint job on this figure. It's a nice looking figure. In terms of modular history, well, it's one of those suits that Tony has that it can basically, the word name modular should speak for itself, that it was able to have other upgradable components to change the look of the armor and the functionality of the armor, which leads me to as to why Marvel, the Hasbro team over there, did not make this into a deluxe figure. It's modular. I would have loved to see additional parts we can add on to this character, especially in the video games where he had this massive gun that it was shooting at Street Fighter characters. And I would have loved to see something like that, you know, something over the top. We got, you know, War Machine Deluxe. We should have got a Modular Iron Man Deluxe packaging. I would have paid more to get accessories added onto this character. Missed opportunity, or maybe they're going to hit us up later on and make us buy another one of these, because you know how Hasbro does it. In terms of articulation, well, you got the head that can go up down like that. Decent range for flight poses. Typical Iron Man hands here. No butterfly joint, obviously. I'm worried about the shoulder rubbing off here and taking off some of that paint. By the way, this has a nice coating on it too, so it's nice. It's not to worry too much about the chipping like the Ultron. That figure scares me because every time I touch it, paint starts falling off it. Bicep swivel here. Double elbow, and then you have wrist swivel and with the hinge, both sides, same here. The gloves don't swivel, so that's fine. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to. Ab crunch right there, waist swivel, the thigh, it's over right there, and then your double knees like that. And then your up and down ankle with the rocker. Really nice. I like that. Good movement there on the ankle area. And he also has a boot cut here with the nice padding on the side here. So here's your articulation, your typical Iron Man articulation you see from a lot of the Iron Man figures, but a missed opportunity in my opinion in terms of getting more, you know, to this figure. So overall, this has been a pretty good wave. I do like some figures from here. The Ultron is fantastic, especially if you see here the Jack Kirby crackle effect. I really, really like this Jack Kirby crackle effect. I think they did a great job. They could have just gave us ordinary effects like they always do, but they took the time to make this, and that's right on point. Jack Kirby would be proud of. So yeah, I really, really think the Ultron came out great. The paint I'm a little scared of because it does chip away all the time. So if you've got an Ultron, be careful with your Ultron and try not to get it moving around too much where it's going to rub off the paint there. The Guardsmen, I mean, army build them for sure. I'm going to be army building these guys. They're great little, troops that you can have around for pictures and stuff. So it's a really good figure to have. The green on this is actually surprisingly pretty good. I was shocked actually how good the paint on this is. The Dark Star, it's a basic female figure for Marvel Legends. Nothing different. It does have, sets of hands here, but no energy effects, nothing to, really set her apart. It's just another bland figure. The only thing I do like is the actual eyes on her. It glows. And I think, well, not glow in the dark or anything like that, but it just really pops. It's nice yellow eyes there. That's the only good thing about that figure, I think. In terms of this side here, the Iron guys, well, Iron Man, this figure has been done before in terms of the mold. Paint job is all right. Mine had a little bit of issues that I cleaned up and it was fine. But yeah, it's a different Iron Man you can add in your Hall of Armors. This right here, the hologram Iron Man, really not necessary, but if you're an Iron Man fan, you want more Iron Man, right? So here you go. Here's another one you can add to your collection. The two right in the front here, Ironheart and Modular Iron Man, they stand out. They're great figures. I absolutely love these two figures. I actually like the without the helmet head sculpt here, the face one right here. That looks just great. Looks like it just popped out of the comics. And the Modular Iron Man, the paint on it is fantastic. It's a great figure. I kind of wish it was a deluxe figure because it's modular. We should have had modular parts that we can add to it, big guns, whatever you want. Maybe down the road, like Hasbro always does, as I mentioned earlier, that this could probably have a deluxe version of it and then make us buy it all over again because they love doing that stuff. Well, as always, Marvel Legends has, when they have a wave, they have a BAF. So this is the Ursa Major, the Build-A-Bear, aka BAF piece here that I'm going to put together. This guy is huge. Look at this massive figure. I mean, this is awesome. He looks fantastic. Well, what's my final take on these guys? This is a great wave. They've got a lot of great figures in here. Ultron, like I mentioned, and Modular Iron Man, to name a couple of them. This is a definite pickup. I am happy that I picked these guys up. The BAF, Ursa Major, great figure, looks imposing. It's great. And I also like the fact that I can actually add the team of Crimson Dynamo, Red Guardian with these two guys and complete that team of the Winter Guard. Yeah, like I said, definitely worth picking up. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I said make sure to tune in till the very end because we have a little surprise for all of our subscribers. So if you hit that subscribe button, you're automatically into this little surprise that on this video, we're going to be doing actually a giveaway. So we're going to give away this Ironheart figure. So all you have to do is subscribe and put a comment in. Would you like this figure? What do you think of this figure? And we're going to randomly pick somebody and we're going to ship them off this figure, this beautiful figure actually. So that's all you got to do. Like and subscribe and you're in, and leave a little comment. As always, thank you for watching and go get this wave here. It's a nice wave. Have yourself a good day. Take care. Bye.